Yeah, we're here to really acknowledge the contributions of the mentors from EAA Chapter 35, along with the whole chapter, EAA 35. You know, I think that the greatest gift a friend can give someone is their time. You know, you can't put a price on someone's time. They've got a limited amount. And you know, we've got a group of people here who come in 4 days out of the week. They're not being given anything extra except just the joy that they get from giving to our students. And so that gift of time is really something that we can't put a price tag on. We have a group of 4 build team mentors. They involve Darren Medlin, John King, Frank Pice, and Frank Covington. And then we've got 2 mentors that work exclusively with the kids on learning how to fly and using the simulators, passing their knowledge-based flight test. And that's Ron O'Day and Jane Kellogg.
Okay, there's 6 mentors altogether. Darren is considered our chief or head mentor. He's a vice president at Chapter 35 EAA. And these are all members of Chapter 35, and that means they're all pilots. They're all people that are involved in aviation. Most of them are retired. Most of them were Air Force people. We do also have Jane Kellogg. She's a instrument-rated pilot and our only female, and she provides a great role model for the girls in our class to let them know this isn't just a male world. John King is a retired Vietnam combat pilot, and then when he retired from the Air Force, he worked on the B-1 bomber. Ron O'Day was a flight instructor for Cessna. Frank Covington was a F4 backseater combat pilot plane, and then Frank Paez was an engineer. He's retired. He's built several airplanes, and he is a deaf person who overcame all of that obstacle to get a pilot's license and become a mechanical engineer.
They're like the nicest people I've ever met. Like I go up to them and I have a problem and they just explain it to me softly. Like they never get mad at us. They just explain it to us, and then like I've asked them before, like I asked for a recommendation and he was on it. Like he was like, yeah, of course, and then he wrote it to me.
I didn't know any basics of anything of an airplane until they came in here, and they're like really passionate and dedicated to actually with youth, aviation and all that. And they've taught me a lot on the plane, like riveting and showing me all the basic skills that you need to build the airplane.
So everyone at Chapter 35, they're very kind, they're real nice, and they all took me in as soon as I got there. I've gotten the Ray Foundation Scholarship, so I got $10,000 from EAA Chapter 35. I thank Ron O'Day. He's the one that helps with the simulators and teaches all of us. So without that, I wouldn't have been able to learn how to fly.
I was one of the assistant managers. So I spoke directly with Mr. Medlin, and he would give me a layout, what we're gonna do today, how we're gonna do it, and from there on, we went on the day.
Mr. King helped me a lot, showed me what to do, how to do it, put what part goes where and how to rivet, deburr, remove the rivet. So them doing this is really good. It helps me a lot because I get to learn more.
So what these mentors have done for us, it's just great how they come and spend some time with us and help us build this RV-12 plane with us and help us just get it all finished. If they were here right now, I'd say thank you for the time and the thank you-ness for coming here and just helping us build this plane.
Right, you know, we're talking about some individuals who are extremely accomplished in their field. Some have military background, some have private flying experience, and you know, they really model for our kids how to do things right. You know, being able to have a ratio where you know, for every 5 kids, there's an adult is a really big deal. And it does a lot to be able to have that many professionals in the same room with these kids. So, in that chapter, there's just this really rich community where everybody's really got a passion for flying, and they really want to pass that on to our students. We really would have been so much further behind without their help. I can't even begin to explain. I've had a lot of questions about could this be replicated in other school districts, and it's not really so much about whether it could be replicated financially. It's really about can they get the amount of support that we have And the answer is probably not. I mean, there's just not a whole lot of resources that can come together in the same way that we've been able to get from EAA Chapter 35.
Oh, without them being here, this would be a mediocre program. I think I can safely say this is in 1 year moved to one of the top aviation programs in the United States.
I want to say thank you for all you've done, and I hope to see you this year.
Thank you for what you're doing, and just keep coming here.
I'm really appreciative of what they've done for me. They've taught me a lot. They come here for the students, but I've learned a lot. I've incorporated a lot of things that they've taught me and how they do things. And so I'm just really thankful and appreciative of having EAA Chapter 35 be a friend of Southwest High School.